Planet with a Palette cooking show.
All clean. Howdy y'all, and welcome to another episode of Planet with a Palette. We're going to do something today that we did a while ago when the channel was new, and but now it's even more exciting because I've got some really good questions here. We're going to do a Q&A, and it's breakfast time. I'm excited because my next episode where I'm cooking is going to be a spiced plum French toast that I just messed around. I love making French toast. I love French toast. I just messed around with it long enough until I started adding weird things to it. And now we have a spiced plum French toast that is my go-to French toast. It's my favorite. So good. But because of that, I really wanted to eat breakfast this morning. So I ordered from one of my favorite places called Cosmic Donuts. Let's get our little tray table in here. Yeah. Get nice and cozy. So I've got a drink here. Ooh, straw, yay. Okay. I got a couple of weird things here. Oop. So the bag is ripping, so that's fun. Fun for me. Well, we've got forks, okay. We've got napkins. What do we got here? Tater tots, yes. Oh, this is what I've been looking forward to. Ha 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 ha! And then I think the rest of what's in the bag is what I ordered. Peach. And I got them some jelly donuts for when they get up later because that's their favorite. Okay. We'll put the jelly donuts over here in the peach pile. Let's see what we've got. So we've got some yummy biscuits and gravy. I love their biscuits and gravy. As you can see, the color of the gravy is quite orange. This is a spicy. It's a spicy boy. So we got spicy biscuits and gravy. We've got, I actually already got myself a fork, so I'm gonna save this. And the sandwich. So the sandwich has, oh gosh, egg, cheese, bacon, but it's on a glazed donut. Incredible. Let's put this all in our broken bag here. Okay, and we're gonna get some tots here. Ooh, these tots look good. I've never ordered their tots before, so they are good. Oh yeah, really well seasoned. So I discovered this place when I was first moved here and trying to find a new donut place. Because, you know, Dunkin' is right down the street. No offense, Dunkin', but it's not it. Like, it's fine, but it's not great. And I love a good donut, so. Peach tea. Wow. This is an incredible breakfast I ordered. I'm excited about this. But I'm also excited about the questions that y'all sent me. Because y'all sent me some really good ones. So I'm just setting everything up so that we can have a nice meal time and a nice little chat. I can reveal some things. Ooh. Y'all gave me such good questions this time. It was really hard to narrow it down. I took as many questions as I could reasonably take for the episode. And yeah, Thanks. Thanks for that. Shout out to all of you who participated in the post. Oh no. Already making a mess, you know? Good thing they gave me napkins. One of the things y'all comment on frequently is how I always forget napkins. It's true. It's just, you know, and it's so many steps to get back. Once I've, you know, set up my table and set up everything, it's like I'm exhausted. So I usually don't realize I need napkins till about halfway through. And I'm always like, oh man. And then, you know, without a doubt, someone in the comments will be like, where are your napkins? And I'm like, I know. I know. Okay. So, we'll start with a question, then we'll eat. Let's get here. All right. Ooh, this is a good one. Good one to start with. All about food, and it's going to make me hungry to talk about. Okay. The first question is from Lacey Pearl 86, and your question is, it's your last meal on earth. What are you making? And this is going to sound pretty basic, but truly, if it's my last meal on earth, I am making some oven fries and a Juicy Lucy burger. The Juicy Lucy burger is really good. It's like basically 2 patties. My normal burger is just 1 patty, and it's thicker, and it's really good too. But it takes some extra work because you gotta like really make these thin, flat patties, and then you put cheese in between them. It's grilled. It's so good. But if it's the last meal on earth, it's worth the extra effort for sure. Oh, these tots, y'all. Oh. The sweetness of the donut. The savory egg and cheese combo. Gosh. The salt from the bacon. Oh yeah. And their donuts are so light and fluffy. They really make a perfect sandwich. Oh, that's good. All right. Moving on. We've got a lot of questions to cover, so. All right. Number 2. Silent Sleeps 5480 asked, where did your love for cooking originate? So that's an interesting question because I've always loved food, obviously, and always really was impressed by the people in my family who could cook and things like that. But I didn't learn how to really cook until I was an adult. I was 25 years old and I was pregnant with my first kid, and I really thought to myself, you know, I'm not that great of a cook. I was living alone, and I thought, I'm about to be a parent. I think it would be really good for me to learn how to cook. So I started with like the idea that I just wanted to be able to solidly make like a few good dinners, like that, you know, where my kid wouldn't be embarrassed to bring their friends over for dinner, you know. And it just sort of grew from there. Like, the more I cooked, the more I realized I had sort of a natural talent for it, the better my meals got. I just sort of fell in love with the whole process, you know, sitting in the kitchen, turning on some good music, really creating something new. And it just started to feel like at the beginning, it was sort of like learning curve and cooking everything from recipes directly. But you know, also too, with being somebody who, you know, is on a budget, a lot of times I would forget something for the recipe or not have something in the recipe. And then that got me into sort of starting to experiment with like replacing things. And now, I mean, you could give me a recipe and I could have like maybe, if as long as I have the main ingredients, I got it. I can make a version of it. So yeah, I think my love of cooking came from cooking. The more I cook, the more I love it. And that's still the case. All right. 3 people basically asked me some version of this same question. We've got Living Dead Goral and Nanabelle 2585 and Gabrielle Washburn 6395 all asked me some version of, will you put out a cookbook? And it's actually interesting that you asked that and that I'm doing this Q&A right now, because I am launching my Kickstarter probably sometime next week. I'm working on the tiers and all that kind of stuff. I have some really cool stuff planned for you guys, and I'm very excited about it. But yes, I am putting out a cookbook. I'm going to do a Kickstarter because the time and attention I want to put into the cookbook are going to take away a little bit from my job. So I want to make sure, I really want it to be something special. It's going to be my season 1 cookbook that I put out, and it's going to have every single recipe that I cooked in season 1, plus a whole bunch of extra recipes, plus some personal stories, some recipes from friends. Ivy's definitely doing a recipe for the book. Peach is definitely doing a recipe for the book. My sister's doing some recipes for the book. So I'm very excited about it. Roman is probably going to do some recipes for the book. And also I'm going to do some like artwork in it too. So, you know, I want to incorporate some of my paintings and stuff like that into it as well. So I'm real excited. I'm very excited. I've been planning and sort of brainstorming an idea for this cookbook. I really want it to be something special that relates to all of you, that feels like, you know, hey, you're in the kitchen with me. So yes, I am putting out a cookbook. Keep your eyes out, because I'm definitely going to be posting some information about how you can donate to the Kickstarter, what you can do to get your pre-ordered copy. There's lots of other tiers in there, cool extras and stuff like that. So yes, it's happening. It's happening, y'all. All right. I need a bite of this. This biscuits and gravy has just been sitting here staring at me, and I know how badly I want it. I want it. All right. Their gravy is really spicy, but it's so good. Ooh, yeah. We love a spicy gravy. Their gravy is spicy and it has sausage. A lot of times I'll make gravy, like biscuits and gravy, and I don't make it with sausage. I don't know why. It's just kind of always how I've made it. Just a white gravy, and I usually put sausage on the side, like some sausage links or something, but this gravy is so good. Whew! It's spicy though, it's got a kick. Yay, now I get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is my honey. So Dee Hemsley said, "Hi, gorgeous. I was curious to know if your hubby is going to move to the States with you, and if so, when?" Well, first of all, yes, my spouse, who is non-binary, uses they, them pronouns. I do not call them my hubby. I call them my husband and wife, actually, and that's also what they call me. But yes, they are going to move to the United States. Yes, that is the plan. Unfortunately, we are sort of on a slowed down timeline because of immigration and stuff. So we've got plans. I don't know. It can take up to 2 years for their immigration status to come through. We are planning to file for a K3 visa, which I don't know if you know about that, but it'll make it a little bit faster, maybe, that they can come here while we're waiting for immigration approval. So it could take up to 2 years before they're here, which is really disappointing for both of us. But, you know, it's worth it because I love them and they're amazing. Okay. Next question. Also, a lot of y'all have actually asked where my spouse is from, and several people have thought that my spouse lives in Canada, but actually they live in France. They're from France. That's where they were born. That's where they grew up. They did travel a bit after high school to like go around and bartend in different countries around there and stuff. So they did work abroad for a while and have been back in France for several years now. Oh, they added, someone said, wow, my notes are really messy. Okay, so I think this is still Dee Hemsley added. I can't wait for the day when the two of you can wake up next to each other each morning. Thank you. Me too. Like, you have no idea. But one thing that is really cute is every single morning when we do wake up, well, they wake up like 6 hours before me. So I always wake up to a cute little photo of them laying in bed. And it's like my good morning photo. And it's really sweet. Danny Coloma asked, if you could have a family vacation anywhere, where would you go? Well, that's a difficult one, honestly. One of the things that we've talked about is maybe retiring eventually in Crete, Greece. That's not really vacation. Another thing we really want to do is a road trip all around Europe. Oh, that's good. I'm going to say the European road trip because I feel like that's a lot of cool stuff we would get to see. Plus, I really want to go to Portugal, which is where my family originates from. So the countries we're definitely wanting to do are, you know, obviously France, because I would like to see the place where my partner is from and where they grew up and that kind of stuff. We said France, Italy, Spain, and Portugal are on our list for our European vacation. So that is where I would want to take a family vacation. Also, I think the kids would really love it. There'd be a lot to do, a lot of cool culture to experience. So yeah. Gosh, this is good. Well, I have a lot of questions. I'm not going fast enough, I feel. Okay. JP7923. What's your favorite movie and why? Well, if you had asked me this probably maybe 6 months ago, a year ago, I probably would have said The Breakfast Club. It's a classic. I love it. It's, you know, it's great. But I rewatched it about 6 months ago, and man, there's just some stuff in it. And it's not that I don't like the movie anymore, but I mean, it literally opens on a scene of someone's locker that says the F slur in it. And just, you know, there's stuff in the movie that I just don't love. So I would have to say that my favorite movie now is probably But I'm a Cheerleader. It's definitely a queer iconic movie and was integral in my sort of like coming out story and like me getting, you know, becoming more, I guess, open about my sexuality and things like that. So for me, it's a really, and it's a love story. We love a love story. I'm a big fan of a love story. All right. Michael Johnson 6417 asks, do you play any games? So not really. I'm not much of a gamer. I do have a regular Nintendo in my room, which I play frequently. That's what I grew up on, was like regular NES. That's right. I'm old, y'all. I have followed along with some game series. I like gaming culture. I love a lot of people who are gamers. Both my sons love video games. But I would rather cook or garden or paint. That's just kind of me. But I do play regular Nintendo. I play a lot of Bubble Bobble, Tetris, Super Mario Brothers 3. You know, old school stuff. All right. Ashley Carafa asked, can you tell us about your paintings? You're a wonderful painter. Thank you, Ashley. So the paintings in my kitchen all have like specific meanings. They're all dedicated to my family and cute experiences or things we've said to each other that were meaningful. As far as painting in general, started the same way as cooking. Started as painting was kind of a hobby and an outlet for therapy. As y'all know, I have PTSD, and I had done a couple of paintings that I was really proud of. I liked the way they turned out, but I wasn't like much into painting. And then I had a friend who was also had PTSD and did a lot of painting, and she started inviting me over to her house for like what she called art farts. And, and I would come over once a week and we would paint, and I really got into it. The more I painted, the more I realized I liked it, and the better I got. So, you know, skill building, just like cooking. But yeah, I do love to paint, and I'm definitely planning on having some original paintings in the cookbook as well. I love a good creative outlet. All right. Mariana Rhodes asked, do you have a favorite artist? I have a few. First of all, Frida Kahlo. I love the way that Frida was able to express her pain through her art, and I feel like it's just incredibly beautiful. Her self-portraits are some of the best I've ever seen. I went to a Frida exhibit here at the Dali Museum, which I also love Salvador Dali a lot, but something magical. I mean, you can feel the pain in Frida's paintings, but you can also feel like the beauty and the joy. And she was a person who was, you know, disabled. She had a lot of struggle. She was openly queer. She, in a time when that was not acceptable, she lived with such a painful disability, and she still managed to grow a garden and just paint and do things, creative things that brought her joy. And I'm really inspired by that. I think she was a pretty incredible person and an amazing artist, and so she is one of my all-time favorites. Also, in terms of current artists, I have a friend, Toni Tails, who does a lot of plus size art. This book here is her, what does she call it? Body Positive Coloring Journey. I love it. When you open the book, you see a lot of plus size bodies and all different shapes and sizes and genders. And one of the things that really made me so happy when I opened the book that I wasn't expecting to see were little drawings like this. Plus size people, you know, who are disabled. And that's a category that I fall into and, you know, need the use of a mobility device. Yeah, big fan of Toni's work. So good. Y'all have also seen some of Toni's art in my wedding episode. She actually is a friend of mine as well, and did an amazing wedding piece for me and Roman, because since we had to get married by proxy and didn't actually get to spend the day together, she did a wedding piece that depicted us together on our wedding day. And it was beautiful and loving. And she incorporated so many things from our vows and from the chat that we had with everyone on Zoom beforehand. And it was so thoughtful, so beautiful. I love her work. I love her spirit. So yeah, Toni Tails. I'll put her info down below. A couple of my other favorite current artists are Jo Wisehart, whose information I will also put down below. She did a Christmas card for me and my family last year. Same kind of deal. We couldn't spend it all together, so she put us all together in a piece of art, and it was lovely. And also, you guys should check out a web comic called Finding Dee. A good friend of mine, Dee Fish, is an amazing artist who started web comics several years ago, depicting her journey of becoming the person that she is today, because she's trans, and she's been doing the comic so long now that it's like, it shouldn't be called Finding Dee anymore, because she is good and found. But it started out as like a lot of stuff about like comedy about everyday life, but also, the journey of transitioning. But nowadays I find the comic is a lot more about just like her life and the funny, quirky things that happen. And I love it so much. She also just put out a full-length book, which I haven't read yet, called like Canthropy and the Single Girl. And it's all about like a werewolf who's going through a breakup or something like that. And it sounds really cool. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of her webcomic Finding Dee, and really big fan of her art as well. So I'll put all of those down below. Ooh, good question. Okay, so Gina Krishar 7858 asked, what would you change about yourself if you could? And also, what's your favorite color? So I'll be talking about this a little bit more in one of the other questions, but currently what I could change, if I could change anything, I would change over my job. And my full-time job would be planning with a palette, because I would love that so much, because I get to cook and eat for y'all, which is, dope. My two favorite things. This is good. So I guess I would say my career, if I could change one thing about myself. Favorite color, black and purple, very witchy. Those are my favorite colors. Okay, here we go. Here's the question. Ding, 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 ding. West Coast Lass says, you've mentioned your work in lots of previous videos. I'm curious what you do for work. It's confession time, y'all. So I've been working in the adult entertainment industry for, 18 years. I do want to talk about this. I really want to talk about this a little bit. The reason I don't talk about my job on this channel, and a lot in general, is because, well, frankly, it's not related. It's a field that I've been working in for 18 years that's afforded me the opportunity to be able to set my own schedule, which is important considering that I have children with support needs. And it has afforded me the opportunity to be able to continue to work through, mental health struggles, through physical health struggles. It has provided for me and my family. And I've got to meet some pretty great and amazing people working in this field. I've got to have a lot of fun working in this field. But the truth is, I am ready to retire. 18 years at any job is a long time. And certainly at this job, it comes with its own stressful things and a burnout level. And, but, I definitely feel like I could have chosen worse careers. I'm sure some people will disagree or have some feelings about that. But honestly and frankly, I support people in the adult industry. I think that, sex work is real work, and I'm not embarrassed about this having been my job. There are a lot of people who have done adult work throughout their careers. Magic Mike before he made that movie was definitely a stripper in real life. So, yeah, so that's what I do. And I'm not going to go too deep into that because frankly, the person that I am at that job is a persona that I've built and cultivated over many years of performing. That's not who I am. I love this channel and I love doing Planet with a Palette because I get to show the real sides of myself. I get to be my full self. Rain, that's my real name. That's what people call me. That's what I go by. Like, you're in my kitchen, you're in my home, we're talking about things that like are my real life, you're meeting my kids. Like it's a different kind of thing. And I love it. And I really would like this to be my next step into what I'm going to do next. Which brings me to the next question, which is Mary Poppins 1329. Hey, said, will you eventually retire and make YouTube your full-time job? When and if YouTube becomes lucrative enough for me to be able to retire, the answer is yes. That is what I would like to do. I would really love to make Planet with a Palette my full-time job. And also said, I see you going really far on YouTube. Thank you. I hope so. I really do. Eat with Riley asked, will we ever see a video of you and HFC, Hungry Fat Chick, together? So it is actually on our list of things to do. When I have the opportunity to make it out to Vegas, I definitely want to shoot with Candy. We definitely want to sit down and have a meal together. I don't know if I'll have the opportunity to cook for her. I would love to cook for Candy. That would make my life complete. We haven't seen each other in many, 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 many years. So it would be really dope just to hang out and catch up and eat some good food. So yes, it is on the agenda. I don't know when it will happen, but it is going to happen. This food is so good, y'all. This sandwich. So good. My eyes were definitely bigger than my stomach. This was very good breakfast, and I love spending time with y'all, answering y'all's questions, spending my breakfast time with you guys. I'm very excited. I got a package in the mail this week from Red Chef, which you guys will see. Got my first sponsorship collab situation going on with Red Chef, and they have sent me some really beautiful products that I cannot wait to show y'all and can't wait to use on my next episode when I will be making spiced plum French toast. So everyone stay tuned, and I will see you soon. I love you all so much. Bye.